is actually insane what the government is doing and the direction that we're going. It's mind-blowing that anybody would even agree to this. I mean, obviously this is not, our country is not being ran now here in America off of the decisions of the public, because I don't think anybody in the public, in their right mind at least, would want the government to be able to control our cars. Imagine if they had this capability back in 2020, people who didn't want to wear a mask or get a shot, you think they would let your car run? Well, no, that's the direction this is all going. With the government saying that they're going to be installing kill switches in our cars in 2026 and beyond. Let's take a look at all this. We'll also look at flock cameras in this video, another digital surveillance thing that they're instituting, and just some other news in regards to this.
Kill switches are coming to new vehicles. Something you'd expect out of Orwell's 1984, and yet 57 House Republicans joined Democrats to ensure the government can shut off your vehicle whenever it wants, makes cars more expensive, and puts the government in your car.
There's a law that states that every vehicle manufactured is going to have a kill switch in it. The car itself will monitor your driving, and if the car thinks that you're not doing a good job driving, it will disable itself. So the car dashboard becomes your judge, your jury, and your executioner.
This sounds an awful lot like that new movie Mercy that just came out, which takes place in the not so distant future, 2029 to be exact, where he has to prove himself innocent to the AI judge, jury, and executioner.
It's like predictive programming, right? Same exact thing, having to explain to AI that you are innocent before you even commit the crime. That's the direction that this is all heading. This is completely insane that this is even going on. What's up, guys, in the chat? God bless you, Dave, Tom, Rebecca, Daniel, Sess, and Gingerbread Man. God bless you guys. I might even do another live tonight here on this channel. God's child, what's up? Yeah, so imagine 2026 and beyond, every single car has an ability for the government to shut off what you say. And, you know, even now we have it where ChatGPT, whatever you're typing into it, is potentially being sent to any government agency. One of the guys who was questioning in some recent shooting in Canada or something was asking ChatGPT weird things, and they didn't send the quotes or whatever to the police and all that. It's just if the government has that and they're tapping in with the AI and all this stuff, which we'll look at, you don't think they'll be listening to your conversations, watching what you say, shutting your car off? I mean, imagine all the cars around Washington, D.C. I'm not saying whatever happened on January 6th was the best decision or not, but just imagine if all the cars and around, you know, the Capitol around January 6th had that ability in it. They would all be mass shut off. They did it with social media. They were shutting off social media so people couldn't talk to each other on January 6th. So on January 6th, they'd be doing the same thing with the cars. This is one of those moments where, like, we have to stand up and say, like, we will never buy a car that has that. Whatever we have to do to get them to not do this. I mean, this is the slippery path, the bad road that we could go down for this to all end to the Antichrist complete control. You can't buy or sell, you can't do anything because they're already controlling us. That's the direction this is going. And we obviously can't stop the Antichrist, but, you know, we shouldn't just submit to his system either.
Now, this mandate for vehicles to be able to shut themselves off was actually put into law in 2021 under the Biden administration, under the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. Now, what was voted on the 22nd was the funding for this, to which Representative Massey from Kentucky offered an amendment to just the funding for the kill switch portion of the Investment and Jobs Act, and that's what was voted on. And this is how the votes went. So these are all the ones that voted against stopping the funding, and these are all the ones that voted for stopping the funding for kill switches. Now, the argument for this is that it will stop drunk and distracted driving, but no one knows yet how far this technology will go. Will it include cameras? Will it include sensors? Will it include breathalyzers?
Every time, right? Oh, we could get the drunk drivers off the street if we just put this in your car and watch what you do. It's always with that. It's with every single thing, you know, wear the masks because of grandma, don't eat red meat, don't drive your car because of the polar bears. You need this in your car in 2026 because we can stop drunk drivers. It's always the government is here to help. When they say that, run away.
Will your insurance company have access to this? Will your Fourth Amendment constitutional rights be violated?
Next thing is going to be, well, we need to hook this thing up to the government so we can dispatch the police. I'm just going to tell you what's going to happen next. They're going to be shutting your car off when they decide whatever they decide from wherever they decided. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about what you think about due process and the Constitution and the Fourth Amendment and the right to not be imposed upon by illegal, unlawful search and seizure, but punishing everybody for this crime, whether they've committed it or not, if they're going to commit it or not, should be unconstitutional. This shouldn't really be a question.
Will this end up being government overreach, you guys? Really think about this, because Massey brought up a good point during his talk where he was saying, what if you're a mother, you want to go get some stuff because a snowstorm is coming, you swerve to miss a pothole, you swerve to miss an animal, you do something that the car doesn't like, and then the car then shuts itself off, and then what? You have to sit on the side of the road and wait for the police to come and deem that you are worthy to drive? Will this throw your Fourth Amendment right to unreasonable search and seizures out the window because your car said so? What's official?
I mean, how is that already not a violation of the Fourth Amendment? If they're looking through your car without reasonable suspicion, then they're breaking the Fourth Amendment. I mean, for them just being in your car, watching you, evaluating if they think that you're ready to, if you're able to drive or whatever, that's already a violation. The government paying any attention to us at all outside of checking if like we made a crime, if there's reasonable suspicion, is an illegal violation of our constitutional rights, which are actually God-given rights, which every person on the earth should have. But America being a Christian nation is why we were, you know, the founders were wise enough to add these things into the Constitution. 100%. This has to be, we have to completely oppose this and do everything that we can to just spread this, spread all these other people's, you know, stuff on social media who are talking about this, spread all their content. I mean, Ford was one of the big ones who's come out and said that they're going to be doing this. So, I mean, not to get into a debate on car brands or whatever, but just anyway, completely hammer them with content and sharing this kind of stuff everywhere, because this has to be stopped. This is a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous path if we submit to this type of thing and allow them to do this. We cannot.
Acoustic spying for targeted ads, right? So they're going to spy on you, read
Ford.
your lips, read the lips of everyone in the car, and then target you with advertising and propaganda, likely from our government. In addition to unencrypted live cabin feeds from inside your car handed straight to government agencies and law enforcement. This dystopian nightmare isn't science fiction. It's already rolling out with over 4 million vehicles worldwide, which is why we need to smash it now.
That's happening. Ford is doing that. This is what they want to do. And if we allow this, guess what? In 10, 20, 15, 20 years or something, you'll have to listen to 5 ad reads before your car starts, because we just allowed them to do whatever they want. Now they do this. Oh, you thought you owned your car? Well, now your car is a subscription model. You thought you owned Photoshop the first time you bought it? Well, now it's a subscription model and you have to pay for it every single month. You thought you own your car? No. If you want to use your car's technology and all these fancy things we put in it, which you don't get the chance to opt out of, now you have to pay us every month. Now you have to listen to ads in your car. We'll maybe turn your car off if we don't like where you're at, who you voted for, if you decided to get certain experimental medicines shot in your body or not. Whatever the case is, they'll choose. They will choose. But this is insane. This is completely insane. Here's a little more on this, because Congress just passed this whole thing today. It was set in motion by the Biden administration, but today they allowed this to move forward. And we have to completely, like this says here, must repeal this mandate before 2027. Sorry, I don't know the people who uploaded these videos. I've just been seeing these go around. If anyone knows, drop them in the chat, drop them in the comments of this video. I mean, the only one that we watched so far I know is the original uploaders, this Shannon Joy page. But the rest of these, not sure. Drop them in the chat. They're just being spread around like everywhere, because this is just, everyone's talking about this right now.
come on. No, 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 no.
Now imagine there was an emergency outside the truck, an accident, something terrible on the ranch with a chainsaw. And I jump in this truck, but the truck, it won't shift into drive. Why? Because the cameras and sensors inside this cab won't let it shift, because it detects my eyes are big, there's a lot of emotion, there's some panic, and it doesn't feel that I'm fit to drive. Now that's not science fiction, that is happening because Ford just filed the patents.
This is what they're doing. And so it wouldn't maybe even only be if they say, oh, well, maybe I mean, who knows how these things even work and how they operate and I mean, just the amount of questions that this raises is completely nuts. This is something too that I heard about just today as looking into this whole government surveillance thing. I mean, the technology is going to be used to, I mean, this is definitely moving in the direction, in my opinion, of just what exactly the Antichrist, when he comes, he'll say, well, thank you guys all for building this technology, because that's what I'm going to use to control people. I mean, it couldn't even happen in the past. How is he going to go? What's he going to go from horse and carriage around the world and putting the mark of the beast on people? Like, no, obviously it's going to be, oh, you want your car? You got to get the mark. You want to go to the DMV? You want this, everything connected around technology? Well, you got to get the mark of the beast. I mean, that's how it's going to roll out. Pretty sure. Makes a lot of sense. So what is Flock? Let's take a listen.
Scanning our faces in public places, at protests, even at our children's schools. The government is building secret databases they can go through anytime that they feel like it. They're blanketing our neighborhoods with Flock cameras, and every single one of you should be saying, what the Flock? I mean, this is an absolute egregious reach on our Fourth Amendment rights. They're creating a digital footprint of your entire life without a single warrant or even probable cause. Your morning commute to work, it's tracked. Dropping off your kids at their soccer practice, that's logged. Visiting a church or a gun range, recorded forever in a government accessible database. They're scanning our face.
We'll watch more about this whole Flock thing going up. I mean, yeah, these databases and all this stuff, it's pretty out of control. And what they're actually doing, building these capabilities to surveil, to document, to watch all of the population, to create, databases with people's information, threat levels or opposition levels. And like we were saying, and like we're all theorizing is probably going to happen, getting to the point, well, okay, did this person submit to the Antichrist? Did this person bow down to the beast? Is this person a Christian? Are they going to church? I mean, it's kind of really hard to imagine it not happening any other way than that. And yeah, I agree, Davey. Just I would never buy a Ford anyway. When other jobs I've had in the past that all had Ford work trucks, those trucks always broke down. They were the worst trucks ever. Not going to get into a whole debate on brands here, but the Ford trucks, they were always breaking down all the time. Never get a Ford anyway. Definitely never now. But I'm sure the other companies will fall in line if we don't oppose this now. And Daniel, having to get a Camel, you might have a lot of those available now and over there in the UK. I hope that changes for you too. It's just, hopefully this is just one of those things, guys, that we're hearing and that just doesn't come to anything, because a lot of that happens through the years. We hear these stories. I mean, even this whole thing, it started a few years ago under Biden. So hopefully this doesn't go, but it's moving in that direction. Congress just passed a thing on it today. So that's why if you do a big enough outcry on this stuff, which is happening right now with this, they will back off. Because at the end of the day, their God, a lot of these people in these organizations, is money. So if they realize, like, we're not going to buy their cars, we won't be doing their stuff, we won't be part of their system or whatever, they will do what they can to get their God money back in their life. Thanks, Jason. God bless, man. Let's see a little bit more about this whole Flock thing, these Flock cameras going up.
This is a flock safety camera, a solar-powered, pole-mounted system designed to capture 6 to 12 images of passing vehicles along with metadata like time, location, and vehicle attributes. But the camera is only the edge of the system. That data moves through encrypted cellular links into Flock OS, the central platform where events are stored, indexed, and searched. From there, the software layer comes online. Tools like Flock Nova analyze patterns across location. The national LPR network enables authorized cross-agency.
And this is what they already have in the UK or in London and stuff. They have just cameras everywhere. And first off, they don't even stop the crimes. They're not stopping the real crimes. And then they're being used against the other people, against, say, people like peaceful protesters or the people praying outside of abortion clinics. It's being used against them. But then, you know, these guys from other countries dragging little girls into the alleys, they're doing nothing with those. And so this is the same type of thing they're going to set up here. It's for your safety. Don't you care about this? What about the drunk drivers? You know, same thing with the digital ID in the UK. Well, there's 500 million people not working here or not paying taxes because we flooded our borders with third worlders. And so, yeah, now you need a digital ID, you know, creating problems and offering the solutions for just more control, for them either to get more control or more money. It's like pretty much one of those two things all the time, normally both.
Agency searches. Freeform allows natural language queries across massive data sets. An investigations manager organizes timelines and case workflows. The hardware expands beyond cameras too. Mobile security trailers, acoustic detection sensors, and drone systems like DFR and Aerodome can all feed into the same platform. What looks like a single roadside camera is actually one node inside a much larger software-driven network, connecting sensors, analytics, and response tools across thousands of communities.
So this is a strange thing to see, these cameras going up all over. But these capabilities for, you know, collecting data and doing that stuff in a big, and controlling things in a massive way. I do want to pray, Wolf, for whatever you got going on in your life. I pray in Jesus' name that you find peace and help, and that the hand of God would be on your life in Jesus' name. We pray that. Just pray for deliverance and stuff. And, you know, guys, always, this stuff is just to mainly, hopefully, cause a big enough of an outcry. Because if we are all talking about it, no matter the size of your, you know, pages or whatever, if we are all sharing, telling people, talking against it, we can have a big enough impact where they don't do stuff like this. This is the type of thing that we can't stop. We've stopped plenty of things like this in the past. There's been different things with the internet, control of the internet, control of free speech, obviously the Great Reset, the new normal, all that. We stopped it because enough of us said we're not doing that. And yeah, I mean, like even like this here. This is from 2009, 2017. This article. You will get chipped eventually. So that's almost, you know, you read that day and you're like thinking, okay, well, they're starting to maybe going to do this. Maybe they're going to start now. But if we just speak out against it, we're not going to be like doomed, like think we're just doomed in our mind. Like there's still hope for the future. Your best days can still be ahead of you. You can have like your most favorite days in life will be in the future. There's good things that are going to happen. Let's just stop letting these people think that they have control over us. We will just never buy a new car if that happens. And if they just continue to try to, you know, really tighten the noose like they were in 2020, like really hammering down, you will never go to concerts, you'll never go to sports, all that stuff. We'll just wait it out long enough. And eventually they'll just have to submit to us. We are in control. There's way more of us than them. I mean, it's like the story of like the ants and the grasshoppers. There's a couple grasshoppers and a lot of us, we are actually in control. They are not in control. So we can change that. We can change this whole thing. Government surveillance keeps us safe. New York Times opinion. Terrible opinion. 2 more videos here, guys. Let's take a look at this. So this is from 2025, but this just goes to show some of these like, you know, new cars. Like this is probably a Tesla, maybe. Looks like it. Crazy here.
So I got a rental today because I had to get my car fixed. And check this. These new cars are cell phone towers. That's what that is right there. See that? and you can't turn them off. So if you're getting a car, you should be getting an old car. Otherwise, you're just going to get blasted with radio frequencies the entire time. Check that. Like a cell phone tower while you're driving around. Then you wonder why you can't remember anything. Kind of understand it. And it's more wild because when you go through all the settings like this, and you go to locations, look at all these things. This is all what's watching people. So literally you're driving around your car and your camera's watching you. Your microphone is listening to you the entire time. Then this gets uploaded to Google. So when they ask where all the ChatGPT information's coming from, guess what? Here you go. And then here's one more app I found. GSR Speed Assist app. This tracks your speed so that Google gets your information the entire time. Let's say you're speeding and nobody knows. Guess what? Google knows and they can send you a ticket. So it's important to buy an older car.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
imagine
gonna
that.
say.
Imagine that too. Like with all this stuff in the car, and then you speed. It's serious. It's just like the most dystopian thing ever. Like that, we cannot allow that to go on. And we really have to think too. The reason that I think the way my mind works on this stuff is like, what if Jesus doesn't come back for 50 years? Say 50 years. You know, if God lets me live that long, I'll be probably nearing the end of my life. And then if I sat back and did nothing all this time because I thought, well, Jesus is going to come here any day, and then he doesn't, and then in like 10 years from now, anytime you go 1 mile over the speed limit, you get a ticket in the mail, I'm going to be pretty mad that I didn't do anything about it. That is where this will go with this stuff. You speed, you do this, you drive, you swerve, you blow, you go through a stop sign, then you get a ticket in the mail. Honestly, the red light tickets, I think that's completely out of line anyway. Honestly, I think cops sitting on the side of the road and watching for people speeding is a massive waste of taxpayer dollar. There's literally children being trafficked and people selling drugs in the inner city. We even know the streets. Like everyone's heard of Skid Row. That's a whole row where people are doing drugs. There's, prostitution going on and all this stuff all the time. And the cop is sitting on the side of the road watching for people driving to work, giving them a speeding ticket. It's like, go to the city and fix the problems. That drives me nuts with that stuff. So, I mean, this is, let's just do everything we can to push back against this because this will get out of hand extremely quickly. And if Jesus doesn't come for 50 years, like we don't want to live the next 50 years under this nonsense.
Then I went to look how to turn this LTE off. In the newer cars, you're not allowed to turn this off from being a cell phone. Imagine that. That should be illegal. You can turn on Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, but you can't turn off your car being a cell phone.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. One more video here, guys, on this whole thing. It's tied to all this stuff, too, with the CBDC, central bank digital currency, something they're talking about wanting to move forward. It's all going to be through digital means. And if we just, like, in America and around the world start to say, like, this is getting way too far, we don't want this stuff. We do not want to be under a digital enslavement, constantly watched all the time by surveillance and Big Brother and everything we say and everything we do. And that's already happening around the world where this stuff has been allowed and we're seeing the abuses of it, like 12,000 people arrested in the UK for criticizing the government for free speech. That's where this will all go. And so we got to do everything we can to stomp this out now. And yeah, like someone said in the chat, you can really make a massive difference with your dollar. And then the more we spread this and the more we talk about this to everybody and say, we will just never buy a car again, ever again, that has this stuff. And they start losing money. They'll say, okay, we're so sorry. We took it out. We care. We're listening to you.
Because look, FISA is today being violated, and God forbid that we have a very liberal presidency or administration in the future, they would use it against us. We know they would. Plus today, the kill switch has become a thing in the news on social media. Yeah. We've got the geofencing that the Supreme Court is looking at. All of this is surveillance. And frankly, in my mind, the central bank digital currency is the final leg of this surveillance state, because they have total transparency. They would have total transparency of your finances. You want to buy a gas-guzzling F-350 pickup? I can't do it. And frankly, the kill switch, they're going to listen and watch you while you're in your vehicle. And as of 2027 models, this is something we must change. The surveillance state is real and it's growing. Because look, FISA.
It's true. We really got to do everything we can to oppose the surveillance digital state that is taking over. I'll have another video, Lord willing, tomorrow. We'll do a long live stream tomorrow, probably on a similar topic to this, because this is for sure something we have to really, really watch for. And yeah, guys in the chat, I don't care if you guys do caps sometimes, Dave, like it's fine, or like a sentence here and there. It's just sometimes when some people are talking in all caps all the time, it's just like some people think they're being yelled at, or it's just like some people aren't understanding why that. So yeah, it's all good if you guys use caps every once in a while. But yeah, no, appreciate you guys not cussing and not always, spamming emojis or being in all caps all the time. That's pretty much the rules of this thing. I should probably post that every now and again. Anytime your thoughts on the tomorrow for the live stream, I don't really know exactly. Probably around a similar time as today would be my guess. Probably around maybe 8 p.m. Central Time or something like that. That's my guess. But I am actually going to go live here again soon. Tonight we'll watch something on this channel about Chris Bledsoe prophecy. I wanted to watch a video on it with you guys and kind of go through it, because that's something I think that we got to be really on watch for too. It's all these false prophecies and false prophets out there. There is a lot of them. God bless, guys. We'll be live here soon. Appreciate you guys. Pray and be in spiritual warfare against this stuff. Use your money wisely and share this type of stuff. Anybody's, not just mine, anybody's content who is opposing this technocratic society takeover thing that's building. We have to stop this thing now. Big time. Appreciate you guys. God bless. I'll be live here again soon.